What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Watch Report. Today I want to do a quick video about the Raptors' chances in the NBA draft and what their chances are of particularly getting a high draft pick. So the NBA recently announced some key dates regarding the NBA draft lottery and the NBA draft as well. So the NBA lottery, which determines which team is drafting in which position, we will find that out on June 22nd, and the draft goes on July 29th, and that is key dates for Raptors, and Raptors fans should be excited about this because everyone might be against tanking, but we have been absolutely stinking it up this month, guys. March has been a horrible month. We've managed to only get one win, and we're playing our last game in March against all teams Oklahoma City, who's right there with us in the standings. So I want to talk about that. I also did a stimulator which predicts where the Raptors may end up, and I'll show you guys a clip of that as well, guys. So before I get into the details of that, I need you to do me a favor. Please give this video a thumbs up. When you do that, it helps reach a larger YouTube audience, and if you could hit that subscribe button as well, I'd really appreciate it. You get a lot of Raptors content on here, and it really helps this channel grow as well, guys. So let's jump right into it. I want to quickly take a look at some of the standings here. So you look at the East standings right there. The Raptors are ranked right at the bottom, but the key, unfortunately, there is a huge problem because as much as the Raptors have been struggling, some other teams have been struggling a lot this season as well. So when you look at the Raptors, we're only 2 games out of the playoff spot. So as you know, the Raptors only need to get into that 10th spot as the NBA has expanded the play-in tournament. So they expanded it to 10 teams, and the 7th to 10th place teams will be playing each other to determine the 7th and 8th spots. So unfortunately, as bad as the Raptors have been, we're literally 2 games behind Chicago for that playoff spot. And you look at this other teams as well, New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks, we're only about 5-6 games behind them as well, and we have a really easy schedule coming up. But I want to focus your attention on the draft lottery. So I'm not going to be talking about the Raptors' chances of making the playoffs. I just want to focus on where the Raptors could potentially end up in the draft lottery as well. So I do want to look at the overall standings in the league. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, Oklahoma City is literally right there. Now, obviously, I hate seeing the Raptors lose, but this might be one really important game we might want to lose. It'll boost Oklahoma City up, and you look at the standings as well. We're only half game above Washington, so it'll help our odds a lot more. So before I show you the next clip, guys, so I decided to run a stimulator, and I'll show you the clip here in just a second. I ran it 10 times to kind of predict. It predicted where the Raptors may end up in the draft lottery to predict their positions, guys. So I'll play this video right now and have a look for yourselves. So as you see there, guys, the stimulator has the Raptors ranked 7th. And if you look on the right-hand side, the chances of the Raptors landing in the top 4 are 32% and 7.5% chance of landing the first overall pick. So let's run this. Let's see where the Raptors end up. Top 4, that's not bad. First overall, there we go, guys. We're landing Cade Cunningham, and the Raptors are set for the next 10 years. It's very... Oh, what are the chances of that? 2 picks in a row and we get the first overall pick. Maybe the Raptors do get the first overall pick. Who knows? I've ran this several times, and for the most part, the Raptors end up usually around the 8th, 9th spot. I'll run it a few more times here, and you'll see here we usually just end up at the bottom spot. It's a rare chance for the Raptors to land in that first pick. It just happened to be in this stimulated as I was running right now. But again, you get the idea here. For the most part, when you do run the stimulator, it's a really rare chance the Raptors do get into the top 3, top 4 spot. It just happened to be we landed. I must be running a very lucky stimulator here because the Raptors have gotten a lot of high picks. But you get the idea here, guys. The Raptors, I'm doing this several times. The Raptors, when they do have that chance to drop first overall, it'll be a very slim chance because you're only doing that once. So it could be anywhere from top 4. It could actually drop down to 8th, 9th spot as well. The Raptors will not be able to fall out of that 10th spot. And I'll show you the next slide here. Alright, guys, as you see there, as I mentioned earlier, the Raptors have a 7.5% chance. These are the odds of them landing a pick. And you look at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th overall pick, they have a 7.8 chance, 8.1%, and 8.5% chance of getting those picks. But then the troubling part is the Raptors, who are ranked, projected to be 7th in the draft order. You look at the 7th overall pick, 19.7% chance, but 8th overall pick is really troubling because we actually have a really high chance of landing in that 8th spot. Obviously, that would be really disappointing if we did, but as I mentioned earlier, the Raptors cannot draft any further than 10. So as the Raptors continue to lose games and they ended up being seventh, they will be guaranteed a top 10 pick, which is nice because this draft is very loaded. And I do want to quickly take a look at the Raptors' position of where they are ranked right now and compare to previous drafts as well, guys. So when you look at the next screen here, you look at the Chicago Bulls and the Charlotte Hornets. So they're about the same spots. Slim chance of getting that first overall pick. You see those odds there, and I'm going to quickly go over to the next screen here because you'll see how high Chicago and Charlotte ended up jumping. So you never know with the NBA draft business. It's funny sometimes that some teams end up jumping a lot, and then you have teams like Cleveland Cavaliers losing 3 spots down. So Chicago Bulls ended up jumping the draft 3 spots. So you never know with the Raptors. Maybe they can get in the top 4, top 3 spots as well. And I do want to have a look at the previous draft, the one before this a couple years ago. So these were the odds going into the draft. And you see those odds there. So the seventh overall pick, I'm showing you guys this for a reason. Seventh overall pick, the Pelicans had a 6% chance to get that first overall pick. And as we know, they ended up getting that first overall pick. They ended up jumping 6 spots. Same with Memphis as well. And they ended up drafting Zion Williamson. So you never know. The draft is crazy. Obviously, you hear a lot of stories about the NBA being corrupt and them deciding who gets the first overall pick. I don't think that's the case, but it would be really cool for the Raptors to draft in the first overall pick or anywhere in the top 3. There's some really nice players as well, guys. So I did want to make this quick video just to kind of show you guys the percentages of where the Raptors could potentially land in the draft. And I wanted to run that simulator. That was really fun to run. So thank you guys for watching this video. I do want to hear your thoughts, and I'll link the simulator in the comment section for those who do want to try it as well. So let me know where you think the Raptors could potentially end up. Who would you like the Raptors to draft? Let me know in that comment section below. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.